Okay, so Boulanger, Artisan Boulanger, South Philly. Gem French Cafe. They got a new spot on Lombard Street, but I went to the new one, but it's the same croissants. So see here, the Artisan is a little bit stouter. It's got a lot more lift to it. While the one from Gem looks like it's a little bit more tightly woven. It is a little bit darker. It's a little bit harder. I would say the Artisan has a little bit more fluff to it, but they both stand on their own. You get more fluff on this one in terms of glaze. It seems like Artisan is using a little bit more glaze here, whereas this one's a little bit more dull. They're pretty close. This one almost is a bit more shiny, so the Artisan one, a little bit more shiny, if that means anything. Now we'll go ahead and break them open and see how the crumb is, how the break is. Okay, so break it. A very, very messy break there. And you can see a nice pull. It's got some soft interior. Let's do this one, see what the... Oh, very light. It's very light in weight, and it's very airy, and just also a gorgeous, a little bit firmer, a little bit less flaky on the inside, but really a nice kind of pull there. Very buttery and moist, as before. Not quite as messy, but pretty messy. And then I'll go ahead and take a bite, and then maybe wrap it up. So why don't I do this one first? Buttery, soft, chewy, not too crispy on the outside, not too salty, but you could tell it has just enough salt in there. Yeah, this is really good. It's got a nice chew to it. It almost has like a pretzel kind of chew. And then go ahead for the Artisan. You can smell that kind of yeastiness to it. A little bit more airy. This one tastes a little bit more doughy and a little bit more dense. Let's try this one again in the middle, in the same spot on the croissant. Yeah. The Artisan has more inside. It's almost like a wonton kind of texture here. Whereas the Gem is much lighter. The dough that it does have is really good. I would say it doesn't have quite as much of the dough. They put this like inner piece here that's not, it's not robust here. This one's more like hollow. They're both excellent. They're both excellent, and I think they both were $3.50 exactly. So either one of these would be great with a coffee. They're both excellent. I think my preference is probably this one, just because you might be getting a little bit more dough, a little bit more of that like chewy dough in the middle, versus this one, which they kind of spend a lot more of the dough elongating it. That's really a personal preference. They're both excellent.